everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Mystic Road, Andrea, Reese, hello. Thanks for joining us. So we've got an hour. Messages. So please, I'd just like to ask, if I may, is just try and respond as quick as you can. But I won't pause. I'll just keep going anyway with the message. So we may as well just get straight onto it, because I want to come to Andrea first, if that's okay. Hello, Andrea. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for joining us. Andrea, okay, let's have a look. So I'm seeing, this is crazy. I do work a little bit faster, but depends if it's slowing me down. But so Andrea, I'm being shown immediately. Thanks for joining us. I've got a lady in spirit, but I'm being shown immediately that I'm sat in front of a table and I can see a card spread, and it's symbolic. Because on the one hand, I'm looking at tarot, angel, oracle cards type layout, but I've got somebody in spirit who's took me back to the old playing cards. So I don't know whether many years ago somebody used to use the old playing cards to do readings, but this lady's coming in and she's telling me about somebody, yourself or somebody around you, who's getting a little bit of congestion around the throat and the neck a bit, if that makes sense. Just a bit of a wheezy condition, and bringing the healing. I want you to know they're bringing your healing, or bringing that healing to whoever it is, Andrea. Okay. Now then, they're laughing about something because I want a trip to the dentist. So something is going on with somebody's teeth. But this lady's getting a bit closer as I'm talking. Ah, bless her. She's getting a bit closer as we're talking, and she's smiling and laughing. She's more laughing than smiling, almost like giggly. So I can sense the whole perception, whole persona of it. And from many years ago, where life was a little bit more simple and innocent, and the sense of humor and banter was nice and light. And when people laughed, it was like, it was genuine, if that makes sense. She's tying me up with my teeth now. She's getting in closer. Right. So she's just coming over to you, Andrea, and she's got hold of your left hand. Okay. And she's just stroking the back of your left hand as she's holding it, and she's telling me you held somebody's hand, or somebody around you held somebody's hand who's in spirit, because that person's here as well. Okay. Now then, she's telling me there's she jumped in quick. Right, first thing, so can I say to you, there was either yourself or somebody around you was with this person in spirit when they took their last breath. Okay, I had a feeling it was that, Andrea. I thought, not a lot of people, some people handle the dentist, some people don't, and I had a feeling it was like, you're probably a bit concerned. Anyway, yeah. Taking the breath. So somebody was around somebody who took the last breath. Okay, right, thank you. That person has come forward, Andrea. Okay, saying thank you, saying hello, giving a lot of encouragement and inspiration to you and the family and people around. There's a younger person, what this person's referring to, who's still here, and they just need a little bit of support at the minute. Okay. Yeah, I was building up. I thought, is it your mum building up? So they're all here. They've come to say hello to you. Okay, but they've come to just kind of calm some of your fears, okay, and some of your worries. And they're going, just tell her to relax. We've got her. She's okay. She's a bit of a warrior, but just, tell her to get that spring in a step again, because it's almost as they're preparing you, or it's like they're preparing me, but it's you what they're doing it to. As if I've got to take a deep breath and jump in with both feet. Okay, so it's like there's a situation where, there's a situation where around you, there's and ahhing going on. They're telling me, Spirit's saying, okay, and I'm feeling really strong impressed. It's all right, just go for it. Okay, just believe in yourself and believe in it, and just go for it. Don't worry about this. Well, this might be your mother now, but I've got a feeling it's still your nan. Don't worry about people around you, because people always have lots of woes, and put the dampeners, and I want to use that word, put the dampeners on something. Okay, but thank you. I'll both have. Now then, I've got a very, very strong stomach condition placed on me, Andrea. Very strong. Okay, they're not telling me what it is. I don't want to identify it and identify it as one of the. You know what? I'm going to have to. This feels like as if it's a cancerous condition in my stomach. Okay, what somebody had before the past. If not, I've got it wrong, but it doesn't matter because I've just got this really. I can feel it terrible. Okay, right, paperwork to do, and that's where you've got to plunge into. They're going to look after you. Don't worry. Okay. I want something. Now then, they've just said to one of them has just said to me, you're wearing something belonging to them, possibly a ring or something on your hand. It was your brother. What? Right. Thank you, Andrea, because I didn't want to say that condition, but it was there. It was present. So, whether it was in the stomach, I don't know, but my stomach still is putting it around my stomach. But anyway, he is, or they're talking that you've got something and you wear something, or you was, because I want it on your hands. It's as if it's a bracelet or a ring or something. Okay. And he's talking about a holiday for some reason. He just showed me a flight. That's show me. And it's like, get yourself off. Okay. Don't and ahh about it. Just do it. They're going. And they're laughing their heads off. So I know that's very, very prominent with you. I wouldn't be surprised if you're ready to go anyway and the flight's already booked. Okay. All I'm getting, Andrea, is lots and lots of gratitude and appreciation and thanks from your brother and everybody in spirit. Okay. June, right. Let me have a look. Let me just, because I have a feeling they're trying to say one last thing before we move on. They're taking me to clear vision. Oh, that's a word they're giving me. Clear vision. I want to say clear vision. It's like I'm starting to see clearer now. Okay. Now they're laughing. I was just saying. So whether it's you starting to see things a lot clearer than what you was previously, or somebody around you, but somebody is seeing clearer. Okay. And spirit love it. And your spiritual path is there anyway, like it is for everybody. And choose to do it your way, Andrea. Okay. In the way you wish. Okay. I've got to pull back, and lots of love from all of them. Okay. They'll be on that flight with you in June. There's lots of birthdays and anniversaries and dates, October, etc. But they don't want to start firing away with them. Okay. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us. Beautiful. These are lovely. Absolutely. Beautiful. And I love your Nan's energy. I like everybody's energy, but I like your Nan's energy at this minute. So I just want to say hello to everybody else who just joined us, Rebecca, Sharon, etc. and B darling. Let's have a look. Deborah Chapman, Tammy, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Well, it'd be nice to see you, but thanks for joining us. Jess, Shell, Kate, December, that's a nice name, December Hill. Christine Moraes, Rebecca Whelan, Mel Whelan, Whelan and Wellens, Rebecca and Mel, Tilly, Sharon, right, Mystic Road. Are you still with us, Mystic Road? Because I want to jump on with that one. Okay, Mystic Road. We put these fancy names, don't we? Then we psychically pick up on what's going on with them. Anyway, Mystic Road. I'm going to call you Mystic. I'm seeing books and writings and text around you. Okay. There you go. Will the person on my mind come back to it? Okay. All fire with that. Let's see what they bring. Just thank you. Can I just say to everybody, please don't try not to tell me anything. Don't put any comments of any specifics. I'll just see your name and spirit will draw me to you, because it's too easy and I'll get it wrong for you, and I don't want to do that for you. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. First, I've got a gentleman first. Well, I'm going to give you the condition, Mystic. I've got a condition here, but somebody stepped in and I'm sitting in a chair and all my body's gone stiff, and it looks like I feel like I'm in my 80s or something like that. Okay. And there was visits backwards and forwards to yourself and this person. Okay, that's the first thing. Now they're putting a physical condition on me of somebody on the airplane who's not. There's a mobility aspect going on here, if this makes sense. Okay, my mobility is really slowed down, and I'm feeling like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I feel sometimes you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, Mystic. Okay, and Spirit's coming around to help you take it off. As I'm blending further and they're coming in a little bit stronger, all I'm seeing is lots of pink, lots and lots of pink. Okay, so in its most basic form, I want to say that's a lot of love coming for you from spirit, because it's needed at this time. Okay, and I'm aware there's a sensitive energy, literally, because it's slowing me down slightly to become aware that's that deep emotional energy, what's going on. Okay, and spirit's coming around to help this situation and this energy around you. Okay, now then, for some reason they're giving me a car journey. Let's see why they're giving me. I feel 2 reasons. You've got to take a car journey somewhere. Doesn't have to be ultra important or anything like that. And I don't want to say you're planning a road trip, but there's a car journey somewhere. But I also want somebody traveling in the car as if I'm almost rushing to get to the hospital to see somebody, because that person in hospital wasn't in a good condition. Do you understand this, Mystique? Let me just have a... Try and answer as quick as you can, if you will. Sorry, if you can. But I'll just keep going anyway. Oops, let's have a look. So you might have already put it. I might be able to see it. No. Anyway, so there's masses of upliftment coming for you. Okay, I want a gentleman who's just stepped in, and let me just try and describe him. Okay, now this gentleman looks literally possibly a father figure or grandfather figure, because he looks so so close to each other. The way I'm looking at him is quite rugged in his skin. His complexion's quite well weathered, so he wouldn't have been in an office, not this particular one, but there's an office situation going on with you, and or somebody around you. But this gentleman, quite well weathered, and it's as if I'm by the sea, and it's the sea salt and sea air and all that lot what I've got on my face. Okay, and then at the same time I want to come back, and if I'm not by the sea, on the occasions I'm not, because I did go there, then I like to be outside. Okay, in the garden, so I'm really well weathered. Okay, ask about this if you can, Misty. Now then, I want to talk, or they want to talk about your spiritual journey and your spiritual path, because they're telling me you're kind of picking up all different bits of information about how it all works in this spiritual space. Okay, clearly you've got an interest by being on here anyway, but I'm looking at different ways, alternative stuff. They're giving me the alternative healing aspects, Reiki, etc., or different areas. That there's another module. It's not Reiki. There's something else going on. Okay, and they're trying to draw you into those routes, if that makes sense. I've got to give you crystals because somebody just thrown a load of crystals at me. So I know there's crystals around you. Okay. This gentleman who I had him first off, it's like he's walking. He's holding a walking stick as he's walking along. Okay. They're talking about your dreams and feeding you information through your dreams. Okay. And I've got to move. They're giving me a move, so I don't know whether you just move or it's to come, but there's a move definitely, clearly. Sound like septic peg, don't I? But there's clearly a move coming up. Okay. Will you watch for the name or find the name Tommy? Okay. And I believe he's upstairs because he's pointing upstairs. And I want an Andrew down here who's on the airplane. Okay. Doors are going to open up for you faster than what you actually think. But you'll have the choice whether you walk through those doors or not. Okay. Try and accept it. The name of this game is acceptance. Okay. It doesn't matter who we are, what we're doing in our life. Acceptance is huge for any aspect what we undertake, or the journey what we're walking. There's so many aspects where we need that sense of acceptance, and that can be very difficult. So they're just bringing a lot of energy to support you, Mystic. Okay. They're laughing and joking. I've got somebody who is a joker. I know somebody who passed when they was younger, in their teens or just after teens. because he wants to say hello, because I'm seeing him in a sweatshirt or sports shirt, not sweatshirt, I want a sports shirt. Looks like he's supported, I'm not even going to name any team, but there's a specific football team or something like that, what he supported. And spiritualists will say it was tragic circumstances, but I don't always like using them ones. Okay. But just keep shining your light, they're saying, Mystic. Just keep shining your light. I've got to leave. I've got to move on. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you. Now then, let's have a look. Hi, Amanda. Sharon. Okay. I need to go back to the top of the list, and then I'm going to fly through some names. I'm going to make these messages quite short, if that's okay. Okay, so, because I know they'd like to get through a lot of people. Alison Roper. Sorry. Alison Roper. Hi, Alison. Thanks for joining us. Oh, somebody definitely wants to come to you. All right. So they're telling me I've got a gentleman here, Alison. Okay. Fairly well built. Okay. Quite solid in his stance. Strong personality. His nature was quite woof. And he's kind of laughing because he's going, well, I kind of could be a bit abrupt sometimes, but I just said it as it was, or what I thought it was. And he's laughing. He said, well, don't we all do? Yeah, we do. And Alison, I want somebody, now then, I've got to get this right. I want to get this right because the condition jumped on me just then. Let's have a look. Okay. You would understand somebody where they're in a hospital, Alison. Okay. Before the passed to spirit, they passed from the hospital. There wasn't in a hospice, and there wasn't at home, and there wasn't outside. There was an hospital condition where somebody passed. And it's like I'm seeing you walking through the hospital corridor. Okay, would you understand this? Because that person wants to come and say hello, and they're placing their hands around you. Okay, and I've got the Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Okay, so what they're saying is you've got to be quick on your toes at the minute and quick thinking. Okay, do you understand this, Alison? Can you? Oh, my nan. Okay, chest, got it. Right. That's Andrea. Alison, sorry. Are you still with us, Alison? Just let us know if you're still with us and see. Let me. Oh, this time I really don't like slowing down for this stuff. Right. Sorry. Anyway, Alison. So they're just bringing a lot of support for you. Okay. I've got a boat. Funny, that's the second one. I've got a boat. I can see a boat. So there's been a bit. They're telling me there was a holiday at some point where there's a boat trip. They're taking me to the east coast of England, somewhere on the east. I don't know if it's north or south or in central in mid. Okay. But then they're taking my thoughts over to the other side of the country, as if I'm Manchester, Liverpool way. Okay. Where are we? Let's have a look. This is Alison, isn't it? Are you still with us, Alison? Okay, right. I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to move on. So thank you so much. Rebecca Whelan. Hi, Rebecca. Let's have a look. See what to come out. Oh, there you go, Rebecca. Let's have a look. Try not to tell me anything, Rebecca, please, because somebody's zooming in on something. Okay, I want to say to you, Rebecca, Spirit's watching you quite closely at the moment because it's needed. You need this type of concentrated energy from Spirit, okay, due to the circumstances, what's around you at the moment. And there's nothing negative. I don't want to say that, okay, but it's. I want to say to you, the focusing on you, and the working with your energies, and you're feeling a little bit out of sorts recently, okay. Would you understand this, Rebecca? Let's have a look, because it's like I'm unfolding your path, and everything about you is unfolding, okay? And Spirit are paying attention to you, all right? Thank you. Let's have a look. Now they're bringing me, I haven't seen this for years, they're bringing me coloured ribbons, okay? Now I'm going to use that symbolically, and what they're saying to you is, if you move your mind, I don't want to say open your mind, but they're trying to inspire you to expand to a certain point, i.e. by if you move your mind and start interpreting things, what you're seeing, okay, around you, because you're seeing signs all around you. You're seeing everywhere you look, you're seeing stuff. And I want you just to kind of read them signs a bit deeper, okay? Because you know, a lot of people go, oh, look, you know, oh, there's a feather, oh, it's spirit, and they walk on and just carry on. It's like, oh, hang on, there's a feather. Who's this then? What's it telling me? Let me have a look at it deeper. And this is why they're coming in closely to you, because they're taking you deeper. They want to take you deeper into your own awareness, into your own mind, Rebecca, because that's where they can get closer to you. Okay, they're telling me you have this specific dream within you and hope and wish, but it's a specific dream to really get a strong connection with spirit and work from that point. Okay, and they're encouraging that. All right, I know I've just given October. I've got to give you October and September as months. Okay, and then they flick me over because they've tricked me over into Christmas as if I'm in February. I want to give you February, early February time. Okay, as dates, etc. But this is more connected to spirit and your spiritual path, Rebecca. Don't be surprised if there's a certain experience you have, spiritually speaking, and it's going to be so beneficial for you. What I'm seeing and sensing is spirit are going to do something, move energy. We can put it that way. They're going to move energy in a certain way, and you're just going to love it. You're just going to get so much benefit, and you're going to, that's the one. I love it. Okay, Rebecca, thank you so much. Thank you. Keep going, Rebecca. Don't worry about what's going on at the minute. It will sort itself out, they're saying. All right, it will clear. And they're saying, just, you know, loosen up and just dance and enjoy the journey. Okay, it's like I've got angels and fairies and all this sort of like ethereal energy coming around you. All right, and they just want you to feel the joy of it all. Okay, right, thank you so much. Bless you. Katie Newark. Hi, Katie. So I'm going to come to Katie. Let's have a look. I'm pausing because I want to see. Okay, again. Okay, Katie, I'm just going to give you what I'm getting. Are you still with us? Just please let us know that you're still with us. But I'm going to give you a gentleman, a specific gentleman. Looks like I'm sensing your father in spirit, Katie. Okay, or father figure. I want to give you the name Mark. That's what's been given me. Connected to wherever that's connected. Airplane, I believe. It feels like Mark is more here. Okay. Hi, Katie. Thanks for joining us. Right. I want to give you twins because somebody's just thrown in twins somewhere in the family or out. I don't know. So I don't know whether you can take the twins. There's been a lot of nursing and healing going on in this room tonight. Max, thank you. Okay, that's right. That was close. Right. So you're getting pushed in the back, Katie. Spirit are prodding you forward. I'm just because I'm leaning forward and you can't see it properly on the screen, but it's like they're pushing something in my back as if I'm being pushed forward. And this is yourself, okay? It's like somebody's laughing and they're going, take it as healing, please. Yeah, Katie. So they're laughing because they're going, what's the old horses? The coach horse or whatever it is. Yeah, the coach horse. It's like slow as a coach horse. They're trying to speed you up, Katie. They're trying to speed you up to kind of progress forward, okay? And you're taking your time. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll just blah, 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 blah. Nice conversations here, nice conversations. And these are going, no, come on, you can have them conversations and enjoy it, but keep moving because this is very important what they're going to say to you, Katie. And they really want you to try and grab this. You have got something important to share with what you do, the same as everybody else has got something important to share. Okay, so you're equally what you are and what you're working with and how you're working with it and understanding your mind and how it ticks spiritually or energetically or whatever you're doing is as equally as important to be shared as everybody else is. Okay, so I know from that what I'm sensing is you're all back a little bit, somewhat, more than a little bit, because of this, there's a certain shyness to you. You don't think you've got the right to step forward. And Spirit saying she has, call it, tell her. She can step forward, okay? Don't know why I've got this. I've got Portugal with you, Katie, okay? And I feel it's to come. There's a connection already there, but I feel like it's to come as well. That's what they're giving me, all right? I want somebody who had some kind of head condition before they passed to Spirit, okay? Now, they're not giving me the full conditions or circumstances or locations or anything. They've just placed a bit of a head condition on my right side of my head with somebody who passed to Spirit, okay? What they want to say to you, it's gone. All the conditions, and this answers some of the questions what you've been having. The conditions have gone. When we think about Spirit, they are not what we imagine it to be, as in, you know, almost the physical presence again, okay? They have to kind of regenerate themselves in the incarnation what there was on this life, okay? So they just want you to just fly, okay? Katie, I've got to stop because somebody would stand here all night. I've got a beautiful, just before I do go, I've got a beautiful lady who steps in. And again, Pink, she's just bringing lots of love. So you need that loving kind of arms around you, Katie, and Spirit's bringing them to you, okay? Say hello to somebody because you're connected to somebody in the family here who's still here on the airplane, and both of you connect to one person in Spirit. And that one person wants to say to both of you, hello, all right? It's like they're just opening this stuff up. Watch for Norway for some reason, Katie. I don't know why they're throwing that in. But or Scandinavia, but it was specifically Norway, maybe Oslo or something like that. It could be somebody what's just been, or whatever that is. Cleanse, they won't let me go. Right. A detox. It's like I want to flush the system out, Katie, okay? And I've got to leave you with that. And I'm smiling, they're smiling, they're laughing because they know where that means. Thank you so much. So let's have a look. Shellan, hi Shellan, Jess Rains, Autumn Rees. Hello everybody, thank you. Oh, Autumn Rees, no, Andrew is. Autumn Shimp, Rebecca, Sharon. Hello everybody, thanks for coming. I will look for Norway. Thank you, Katie. Hi Francis, I did see, yeah, hi Francis, lovely to have you with us. Yes, let's have a look. Tammy Finch. No, then have a look. James Edward. Hi James. Oh, bear with me if you will, please. Sorry. I'm just looking at your names because Linda Wallace. Hi, Linda. Can I come to you, Linda? Is that okay? Right. First thing I've got with you, Linda, is it's ironic. This is I've got a dog. I've just been shown a dog in Spirit. Okay, fairly light coated dog. Okay, and this one's in Spirit, but they're talking about somebody who's got a dog down here and somebody goes dog walking. They take the dog for a walk. Okay. There's lots of questions, Linda. They're telling me you've got these. They're laughing. They're going, Colin, she's just got so many questions. Okay. Would you understand this? Are you still with us, Linda? Let us know if you are. I'll keep going. Because if one of the questions is about a spiritual guide. Sorry, this is somebody else's condition as they're in. Indigestion, Linda. I would just want it clearing. Okay, I'm going to fire away with this, what I've got here, Linda. Okay, because I've got the indigestion physical conditions. Okay, I've got somebody with a condition down the side of the right leg, from the hip, down the leg to the knees and further down. Okay, I want at least 2 people in Spirit what had cancerous conditions. Okay, so there's a lot of people what's had different conditions, that's coming around you, Linda. Okay, are you still with us, Linda? Just say yes or no. Or even if you don't know whether you're with us. I'm going to press pause for a minute. Hi, Melissa Ballou. Thanks for joining us. I want the name Jeremy or Jeff with you, Melissa. Okay. And there's a Tony somewhere around you. And bicycles. Okay. Motorbike especially. I've got memories of motorbikes for some reason. Somebody shouting out at you about a change of a car. This is for Melissa Bilou. I don't want to say Bilou because it looks like French name. Melissa. And they're saying, with yourself, Melissa, go for it. Okay, go for it. But you think this is a lot of this is about people's spiritual path. So I'm just going to say these what's coming to me. Okay. The person you've been thinking of, Melissa, is come through. They're around you. They want you to know they're around you because they're telling me you've had quite strong thoughts about somebody in spirit, and they want you to know that they're around you. Okay. Bless you. Right, I'm going to keep moving. We'll do it this way then. Ruth Templeton. Okay. You would understand somebody with a heart condition. Okay. Again, the past they had the heart condition before it was a heart attack. Clearly, because it just said to me, it stopped, Colin. That was it. Okay. This is for yourself, Ruth. Okay. And again, they're stepping through. It's a gentleman. I believe it's a gentleman because I'm feeling the male strength for the male energy. Okay. And when I say strength, they're bringing this strength to you, Ruth. Okay. Because you need this strength around you. All right. Now then, they're bringing memories of the old, like where the old houses where people used to have the mantelpieces above the fireplace and all that warmth and love. And talking about something above the mantelpiece, a specific, there were some ornaments, but they drawing me to a picture. Sorry. And this picture is above the mantelpiece, looks like in a silver frame, and it looks like it's two people, may even be possibly a wedding photograph from many, many years ago. And you've either got it or you've got a memory of that picture in that house above that mantelpiece. Would you understand this, Ruth? Because it's like somebody wants to take me on a journey around their home. Because as I come out of there, I want to go in the kitchen, and whether it's the same house or a different house, I can see a fireplace in the kitchen, one of the old coal burners, the stove, what used to be called a stove, many years ago in the kitchen. Okay, so there's memories, Ruth, around you. This energy, what you're feeling, Ruth, they've just placed an energy on me. When you feel these certain vibrations or sensations, especially on your front of your shoulders and your face like getting warmed up. This is spirit bringing you healing, Ruth. Okay, I'm just placing energy around you. And they're raising your mind up as well. They're just trying to lift your mind up, just to, not too much because it'd be too strong, but just enough. Okay. You've been asking about making a certain decision, they just told me, Ruth. Okay, because now they want to focus on what's going on around you specifically at this minute. This is interesting because they're taking me out of somebody's front door, and as I step out the front door, I'm undecided whether to go left or right, and I'm watching a bus go by. Okay, so I feel like I need to walk up to the bus stop and wait for the bus. And it's this scene is where somebody used to live, so you would understand somebody what actually lived on a bus route, Ruth. But the decision, what's going on, is you don't know whether to go left or right. And Spirit saying to you, just make the decision because we can and get moving, because then we can steer you where you need to be. Okay, I hope this makes sense, Ruth. Okay, but that person with a heart attack and the heart condition is bringing so much love around you, Ruth. Okay, guys, if you want to start answering me, so we can, I mean, not fully, just let us know. Let's have a look. Yes, thank you, Ruth. I don't know whether Melissa heard this and Linda Wallace, whether they're still here. They're probably miles away on the phone or watching the TV by now. Let's have a look. Rachel, Rebecca. Hello from California. Rachel, hi, Rachel. I'm just going to see what Spirit's going to place on me. Oof. Rachel, are you still with us? Now then, Hi, Rachel, because I've got different conditions coming in. I was letting them, I was letting Spirit put different conditions on me. Okay. First thing I want to say to you, Rachel, is somebody's bringing me a memory, a female, a handbag, what we would call a handbag in England. Okay. Somebody's brought this handbag forward. Okay. And there's a memory what you connect to with that handbag. And now they're steering me around. They're telling me you're already connected to a spiritual community, Rachel. I don't know this. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for answering. They've been told that you're connecting with a spiritual community wherever you are. If it's California, it is. And they want you to kind of build that up, because this is going to sound crazy, all right? But I'm going to give you it because it's here, because the energy is building up to it. They want you to go watch or listen to a trance over where you are in California or somewhere in the States, okay? Because somebody from Spirit wants to come through and talk to you or give you information, okay? That's one energy, what I felt. The other energy is the energy of what's coming around you at the moment, Rachel. They don't want you to be alarmed about it. They're just getting you to practice with it. Just think practice. I'm practicing with energy here. And as long as it's done respectfully, everything then is good, because they're talking about intention. This is all about intention. If your intention is good and positive as pure as it can be, the magic of Spirit really works so much more, okay? And we can trip the light fantastic. And it's funny, this is what they want you to do. They want you to trip the light fantastic, Rachel, okay? They're showing me some steps, and it's both symbolic. So please look at your journey as if you're walking up steps. There's no such thing as going backwards, because I'm seeing Spirit with you, guiding you, holding your hand, walking up these steps. And what they're saying is, this is like your journey. It's one step at a time, but you're still going upwards and upwards, okay? I've got to ask this. I've got somebody, I've got to word this correctly though, because they've given me in a certain way, so I'm going to have to. Okay, I've got somebody who passed to the other side under specific conditions, Rachel, okay? And it wasn't an accident. I feel like it was self-inflicted, okay? And they went to the other side, okay? But they're just coming around just to be around you, let you know they're around you. There's no negative, bad energy whatsoever. There's a beautiful light around that person, okay? And they're saying, we know you've got lots of questions, okay, but we'll just take our time to answer them one at a time, or as many as we can, if this makes sense, Rachel, okay? Why I always get these cards and everything flying in, I don't know. Regarding this place you've got to go to, Rachel, where the Spirit and trance, also there's benefits, it's going to benefit your development, your spiritual development. You can communicate with people, talk about different areas and different aspects. And please, what they're saying is trust yourself, because you're starting to think and say things, but you question it afterwards or behind the scenes, and they're going, tell her not to do it, Colin. She's doing fine. She's doing brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you. Lots of upliftment for you, Rachel. Okay. The person you're waiting for to come through, I can say they are present, because you've been thinking of somebody specific, and they just said, let her know that we are here, Colin. You had a conversation about them either today or yesterday. Okay, this is a male. You had a conversation about them today or yesterday, because they're coming around you and listening to that conversation, and they're actually laughing. So I don't know what was said about them. Okay, well, they want you to know that that's what's going on from their side. I've got to move on. Thank you, Rachel. I wish I could stay longer with people. Christine Moraes. I'm losing all these. Let's have a look. So let me just say hello to a few more people. Hi, Katie LeBrock. Janet Martin, I think was hello, B, IB, Mel, Autumn, Shellan, Karen Gibbons. Why do I sense I know that Karen Gibbons' name? Caroline Sherman Finch. Hi, Caroline. Tina. Thank you so much for everybody for joining us. Amanda Parker. Oh, hang on, there's some more. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Tammy Widwick. Oh, hey, that's right. Is that Tammy? Please let us know you're here, Tammy, if you're still with us. Okay. Christine Rose. I'm here. Christine. Ah, good. Hi, Christine. We'll go with you first, Anna. Christine. Oh, it's like they've just got me. You should probably just see what I've just done. It's like they want you to sit back and relax a bit, Christine. Okay. It's either you or somebody around you. I can't keep still. And spirit's going. They're just on the go all the time, Colin. We need them to sit back and relax and just breathe. Okay. And start enjoying things. All right. But they're saying, but we can't. And as I'm talking, I've got the most beautiful lady stepping in, Christine. Okay, I need to cough, sorry. And also, I want to give you two because there's another one. Because they put one condition on me and then they swap the condition to something else. So the first lady, I had a illness. I want to say an illness, and it went through my body towards the end. Okay, and then another lady came in. But she didn't have illness. She's like she died or she passed over with it just naturally. Would you understand these two people, Christine? Okay, because they're both coming around and they're talking about a birthday. Somebody having a similar birthday, same month or something. Don't know if it's the same month or the same date with somebody's birthday. Okay, and funny enough, we're in May. I know I thought it was just about to go into May. We're in it now. They're bringing May up for a month for some reason as a birthday anniversary, etc. I've got somebody still on the airplane who is still they're telling me there's still grieving going on with somebody, Christine. Okay, Spirit are very much aware of this. Okay, they're not showing me who they are. Yeah, you're on the go a lot. Have a break, Christine. But they're aware that there's this grief energy still around. Okay. Thank you, because that was curious, that understanding them both. The two different ladies, they put the two different conditions on me real fast. And it's like they're nattering away behind me, laughing their heads off. Okay. And one of them just said, she knows we come to her, not just here, wherever you are. I don't know if you're in the States as well, actually, because I've got my head's just gone over to the States or something. Doesn't matter. But they're laughing their heads off, Christine, okay? Like talking to each other. They want to bring this energy over to you because it's about laughter and love and living life to its fullest. That's what they're trying to impress, okay? Now then, one of the ladies, the first one, the one on the left as I see it, the first lady is just doing something. Like she's got hold of a necklace and she's just swinging it like this. Okay, you know, like some of us, if somebody's wearing a chain and just nonchalantly, not even conscious that they're doing it, they just get hold of this chain and they start doing that. And they're talking about a chain. What this first lady who has left that chain and a few other bits, what is still here, Christine. Okay, now then, don't know why I'm looking at this. I'm looking at a door number, what's got 78 on it, Christine. Okay, so that could be anywhere. Let's have a look. I want yourself or somebody on the airplane what used to do the shopping, used to go shopping for somebody in spirit. Okay, would you understand this, Christine? And they appreciate it. They're bringing that appreciation forward. I'm doing that now. Right. Oh, your chain. Yeah, there you go. And my knees. I don't know if it's your knees, but they're going to my knees, and it's like my knees feel sometimes like they're on fire. Okay, it's like hot, as if they're inflamed. That's what you do in necklace. Thank you, Christine. At the knees, they're talking about your knees because I can feel the heat on my knees. Okay, and sometimes they just want you to rest your feet. All right, thank you. Put your feet in a bowl of water with some salt in it now and again, Christine. Okay, just sit there. in the sunshine, just go, right, get the bottle of water out. I'm just going to sit here and relax and start laughing. Lots of love. I want Mary, Margaret, or something of that name. Okay, Christine. And as I go back, I want a gentleman who's standing behind, being really polite. And he was in the army because I'm watching him in his uniform. Or, oh, hang on. One was in the army, one was in the navy because I'm seeing an army uniform. Then somebody else had a navy uniform. So there was somebody who was naval. I don't know, a naval officer or something to do with the navy. Okay, left knee pain. Right. And the clock's ticking. Watch the clock. They're listening to the clock. I think they're playing around with your clock, Christine. So keep your eye on it. I've got to go. Lots of love. Thank you so much. We've got time, haven't we? Years. We've got 10 minutes left. Don't know where we've been. Did we go to Debbie's yet? B. B. We haven't been to B. Christine, thank you so much for joining us. And say hello to somebody here. They want you to say hello to somebody who's still left behind. Okay? And I feel that, family, just say hello to the family from Mum. Mary is your mum. Thank you. Bless them. Christine, lovely. I want to give me Christine, just before we go, I want somebody I wanted to say something at the end and I couldn't get my words out. Okay, you saw me, Army, and your dad, Navy. They're here. Absolutely beautiful. I couldn't get my words out, Christine, before I went to Spirit. Okay, because there was something with that condition, and I'm laid on a bed, and I want to speak, because if I want to speak to you, okay. Well, I'm going to say them now. I love you. Whoever that is, Christine, that person who couldn't say them words in that moment at the end are saying, I love you. And they're saying, I've been waiting to get this route over to a Colin. Beautiful, Christine. Thank you so much for joining us. You see, I'm just going to say something. These are not our team behind here. I know people call them my team. They're not our team. They're not our friends. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. We need to have respect for Spirit because we can't ground them. They're not in the physical bodies. We're in the physical body. We're the ones walking this path and experiencing what we experience upon this earth plane. And those souls, what we're communicating with outside of the body, are just filled with light. And not only are they multidimensional, the multi lifetimes and aspects of their lifetimes. When they come through to greet us, what they're doing is just reflecting one lifetime in a multitude of many, what they're present with. And it's in this one lifetime that they communicate us because that's who we know them as. And they know us as, seeing that when they look at our lights and see us, they see all our other lifetimes as well. They just happen to focus on this one, what we're having in the physical body. And this beauty of what we've just seen there and in that connection with Spirit. We unless we go deep within the center and the core of our soul and release ourselves from the things what we're carrying in order to have a clear perception and clear light of our own awareness, we know they're just magical, beyond belief. It's beyond words. So personally, I have such profound respect for Spirit because they have far greater wisdom than us. And we can't touch that wisdom, despite what anybody on this earth plane may think they can. And I make no apologies for it. Unless we are enlightened beings ourselves, fully realized enlightened beings, we are limited in our knowledge of their wisdom. And they just keep constantly, as we've just seen, bringing so much love and joy through. And I just like the philosophy, so I'll say I like talking anyway. Well, to a point. Let's have a look. A few minutes left. Michelle Rose. Hi, Michelle. Are you still with us, Michelle? You're probably thinking, oh, he's gone off on one, now he's waffling. Michelle, please, let's see what we've got for you, Michelle. Okay, now then, I want the connections with you, Michelle, outside of the UK. Okay, straight away, I'm feeling like I've been told anyway that there's connections going outside of England or the United Kingdom. Would you understand it, Michelle, where you feel that things are a bit quiet for you at the moment? It's like there's a calm. It's almost like there's a calm. Is there going to be a storm type thing? Okay, right. And it's like in this moment, it's giving you the time to think. Please let us know if you're with us, Michelle. I'll give you it anyway. It's time to think because Spirit want you to kind of analyze what's going on in a nice way for your benefit, so you can kind of move to that next phase in your evolution. Okay. I've got a lady and a gentleman step forward. I'm just looking at to see if I can kind of see what they're dressed in and describe them. Okay. The gentleman is more prominent one, Michelle. Okay, right, because he's saying to me, it's just me. I just need to come and say hello to her, Colin. She'll know who I am. And he's doing something around underneath his chin, throat, and facial expressions. Okay, and he wants to sit and have a conversation with you, Michelle. Okay, so if that day comes, wonderful. I've got to say to you, meditation, Michelle. Meditation. Right, I'm going to leave that because unless I can start seeing, hang on, there's another one I wanted to go to. It's just gone. Kate LeBrock. Okay, 5 minutes left. Kate LeBrock. Hello, Kate. Are you still with us? Please let us know you're still with us. Keep going. Somebody just shout it out, Kate. Keep going. I'm standing in front of near a big. I'm in a stadium. I've got to say stadium, and it looks like it's completely empty, and then the next minute it's completely packed. Okay, so I don't know if it's a English football stadium or American. It was a mix between American stadium, don't know. And then I've got a concert. Okay, and Kate, what they're bringing is lots of songs for you. Okay, and fitness. It's like I want to be fit, and I want to start singing, and I want to get those vibrations building up and building up and building up. Okay, and this is the inspiration coming from Spirit around you, Kate. Okay, this is for Kate LeBrock. And please, what they're saying, when you look behind, smile at it. Smile at the past. This reading is for Kate. Thank you. Look at the past and smile at it when you do, and then just turn back around and go forward, Katie. Or Kate, sorry. Somebody was calling you Katie. I'm going to leave that there. Janet Martin. Hi, Janet. Janet, I've got a very strong connection with Spirit with you, as if you have got a beautiful connection with Spirit, energetically. Okay? So, can I say to you, Janet, that energy is building up for a reason. It's absolutely beautiful energy. It's almost as if I'm on fire at the minute with this energy. Okay, and Spirit are utilizing it and moving in around that energy around you, Janet. Okay, that would be a nice, interesting conversation. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave that with you, Janet, and just say to you, it's for a reason. Okay, positively and uplifting. I want to say hello to Francis from somebody in Spirit. I hope you're still here, Francis. Okay, and again, let's have a look. Oh, I feel like there's another trip booked somewhere, short trip somewhere, Francis, because I'm all of a sudden I'm setting off again somewhere. But and they're going, we went last time, we're coming this time. We'll just say that. Fiona Rawson, is it? Rawson. Hi, Fiona. I've got beautiful, lovely, soft, comforting energy coming around you, Fiona. Okay. Somebody sat there watching TV and they're going, okay, it's like a pastime. Okay. So Fiona, I don't know whether you know about it, or I don't know where you are. What they're giving me, like Coronation Street and Emmerdale Farm. So somebody many years ago used to just sit and get pleasure out of that. Okay. And I'm going to leave you with that. It's like, just relax, enjoy yourself, Fiona. There's a gentleman come forward with that. Okay. He's tipping his hat. We want to go back to grandfather, great grandparents, and I'm looking at war conditions in England, as if like the Blitz in London many years ago. They've just put it into my mind. So I feel from that, what they're sensing, what they're putting on me is somebody who was in the forces in England. Sorry, who was in the forces in the war that was based in England for a certain period, and I think you'll be able to find out who that is. Okay, that's Fiona. Thank you, Fiona. Autumn's. I want to say, I'm really sorry. Autumn, are you still with us? Would love a message. Bear with me, Autumn. I'm just waiting to see who comes in. All right, thank you. Autumn, I don't know who this is. I've got a very tall male person coming in, and it's bordering on male family connection and spiritual guide. Okay, right. So I want a family member plus a guide working together at the minute with you, Autumn. Okay, and I know your spiritual path is open because they're showing me it to a certain degree. Okay, and I want to use the word astral with you. Okay, and Akashic, the Akashic record, what people talk about, Akash, and they're inviting you just to dig a bit deeper, but also go into that stillness of your own mind. I'm going to leave it at that because I've got 1 minute left. I'll say thank you very much to Stacey, beautiful Stacey, behind the scenes, doing so much for everybody. To Veronica, thank you, Veronica, and Veronica's book. Let's advertise Veronica's book. It's Spiritual, it's Awakening, Universal Spirit Awakenings. You can find it on Veronica's site. And if you want to find me, you can see in front of you Menorca Consciousness Group. We've got some beautiful things coming up, and there's always stuff on Veronica's every day, every week. Incredible. To everybody, thank you so much. Please take your guides with you. Treat them with love and respect. You'll get a multitude of the same thing back to you. And just feel the joy of every moment. Switch off to the woes and worries of the world whenever you can, and just feel that light of spirit. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Stacey. Lots of love to everybody.